Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to your end of October deep love read. I hope you guys are doing really well today. We're going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle for a crowning message for our Pisces friends. Remember guys, these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. You want to try to, if you can, check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus for the fullest, most holistic message that you can get for this time period. So really this is going to be covering like the last 2 weeks of October because it's the 2 weeks that I have not covered yet. So what do we have? To be fair in relationship. So this is about, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now, Pisces? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, and for understanding as well as being understood. So whether you're single, whether you're partnered up in a long-term situation, or if maybe you're in maybe an off space, with somebody, you guys are maybe temporarily broken up, whatever it is, there is a lot to be learned here, and you're going to learn it if you remain very open and objective, and you are able to weigh options, and not only are you able to consider all sides, but whoever it is that you're dealing with, because your heart wants to connect to others right now. So you have to allow for a balance of exchange between ideas and actions and plans, and that is regardless of your situation. It's like stay open. Stay open is the idea here. Because the best kind of relationship is one where there's mutual benefit and each partner feels heard and valued, and respected. Really, I mean, but that's really what it is. So it's about just kind of everybody being fair to everybody else, and it not being, no one-way streets here, I guess we could say. All right, so let's get into past, present, near future, and final outcome. See what we have, and then we'll pull some advice from Lenormand and then some love oracles, okay, for a complete message. So what we do in the deep loves, okay? Alrighty. So this can apply to you if you're a Pisces sun, moon, rising, Venus, or I would even say if you're a Pisces 5th house or 7th house as well. 5th house has to do with love affairs, falling in love, and 7th house has to do with partnerships. Okay, so let's pull the 4 and then I'll layer the 4, okay? So it seems to go well when we do that. Okay. All right. Okay, we have the Lovers and like what's going on here leading up to this energy. So this would be in the very recent past. So we have these 4 cards working together. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, the Lovers working with, the Knight of Cups working with the Emperor energy. So yeah, excuse me, Pisces. This is a nice energy, right? The 8 of Pentacles is always about mastering, right? The 8 is always about mastering. But remember, with the Pentacle energy, when it comes to relationships, it could be mental, physical, and or emotional connection. Doesn't necessarily mean finances. It can, it depends on your situation, but it can also mean those other things. But there's this idea of mastery here, like mastery in figuring out, what do I need to do to have a successful relationship? What do I need to do to fix this particular relationship? What do I need to do if I want to get back with that person, right? It's kind of in a very global way of thinking about the idea of mastery within relationship is very much going to, I feel like, right, coming into this period, because this is in the recent past leading up to it, has been at least conversation, if not with another person, at least with yourself. We have the Emperor energy. This is taking the bull by the horns, right? For many of you, this can indicate that you met someone new, because the Emperor energy can be meeting somebody new who's very true blue, very faithful, very passionate. Emperor energy is great if you're just meeting an Emperor energy. The Emperor energy is always great. It's Aries, ruled by Mars. It's about a fresh path, a new perspective, self-confident, feeling really good about where things are going. Now, if you are single, this could be you just saying, you know what, once and for all, I don't want to be single anymore. I'm going to put myself out there. As scared as I am, as broken as I am, as whatever fill in the blank as I am, I'm going to do it. Right? If you haven't met anybody yet. But this is an absolute willingness. But there's also the idea here too, you have to keep in mind, because Emperor is an Aries energy, and Aries is the baby, the zodiac. There's a level of impulsivity about the Emperor energy, and not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's jumping into something and maybe not having it all figured out, and that's okay. That's okay. Right? I mean, because you're in the 8 of Pentacles energy, you have the gumption, or leading up to this anyway, Maybe you met the person, right? Maybe you didn't have it all figured out yet, which is just fine. And then we have the Knight of Cups energy, which is beautiful. This is Prince Charming, Princess Charming, whatever. But this is romance. This is a proposal. So if you're in a relationship already, it's let's move in together. Let's get married. Let's have a baby. Let's deepen this, whatever it is. It's going to be something different for each of you, but there's some sort of proposal, some sort of offering. And obviously it's going to resonate with each of you differently depending on, where you're at right now. So some of you having the Knight of Cups and the Emperor, I feel like you're either, now you could be the Emperor, right? You could be the Emperor, you could be the Knight of Cups, Pisces, where you are very ready to go and offer yourself to somebody. Or this could indicate that you recently met someone. Obviously, you're going to know how it rolls out. And then we have the Lover, so there needs to be a choice. There's the need to make a decision in love. That's what the Lover's energy means. So what does this mean? This does not mean you guys riding off into the sunset. That's not what it means. This means like if this is a new person, you having to make the decision like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to allow myself to be vulnerable. I'm going to allow myself to do, fill in the blank, okay? Others of you, if you're in a relationship and maybe things haven't been going so great, you guys are kind of rediscovering yourselves again. You have to make the decision that you're both going to be working at it equally well, as this does have the blessing of Archangel Raphael and the luminary of the sun. So it's a really good energy in that way. But the thing is with the Lovers, everyone has to be on the same page. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So there has to be recognition that there are things that need addressing, things that need to be fixed, and that everybody is on the same page. So you need to have that conversation. So that's coming into this energy. Now, towards the end of October, which would be relevant to the present energy, we have the Page of Swords working with the Three of Wands in reverse, working with the Eight of Wands in reverse, working with the Strength card. So let's start out with the Strength card, because the Strength is about self-love, self-respect, feeling courageous, feeling brave to get into doing something. You might be dealing with the Leo. The Strength is a Leo energy. Leo is also the 5th house. This is falling in love. This is romance. This is, really looking at how you connect with your partner on a Monday through Sunday. What is your sex life like? What is your communication like? What is your social life like? Whatever, right? It's looking at how you guys are creative within that space. But what I like about this for you is this idea of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, really good stuff. Now we have this working with the Eight of Wands in reverse. This is a frustrated energy, frustrated problems, delays ahead, some sort of problems ahead that you might be feeling intuitively or might be happening out in the 3D. But the Eight of Wands in the upright is about good news coming in and this quick movement forward. And whenever we have Wands reverse, there's always this indication of delay. There could be frustration, so there's definitely something at play there. Yeah, and we have more Wands reverse here. We have the Three of Wands reverse, more delays, right? Now, this is also about a lack of planning, some sort of setback, not exercising good foresight, being able to see something down the road. Maybe some really good intentions were implemented when you guys got together, or you reconnected, or you were thinking about how something was going to go, but you didn't think like in reality, how is this going to go really, like down the road kind of thing. That's definitely this kind of holding back. And then we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, so first of all, this is truth. Whenever we have swords, it's truth. But for some of you, this could also indicate gossip. Nosy people getting in your business, friends having their opinion. This could also indicate if there was some sort of falling out because of these delays, maybe somebody, what do you call it? Looking you up on social media, kind of stalking you a little bit on social media. It could certainly be that. But the main thing here is that there's some sort of truth coming out about frustration, about delays. And you being in this space, Pisces, where you're going to have to make a decision about, where does the level of self-respect cross sacrifice, you know what I mean? So, and then we go back to the crowning energy of to be fair, everybody needs to be heard here, because not everybody, it seems like there's a situation that you're dealing with, Pisces, if you're resonating with this, that is not going to allow for a 100% perfect resolution. a 100 perfect, 100%. So, for example, some of you, maybe you are meeting somebody new, right? In the Page of Swords energy, right? The swords could also be communication. You're meeting somebody new. You're feeling really good about it. There's this romance with the strength energy, but you guys can't meet, maybe because of COVID, maybe because you live at a distance, maybe because of there are a million reasons why we can't meet somebody when we meet them online, or maybe you're wanting to move in together or do something moving forward and you just can't. Now, maybe the solution is going to require one of you to make more of a sacrifice than the other. So there needs to be this idea of feeling heard, being heard kind of thing is what I'm really getting here, right? Just because of this amount of delay and frustration, to look at what is causing the delay and how could that be changed, if at all. So we have in the near future, we have the Three of Swords. We have working with the King of Pentacles, working with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, working with the Hermit. Okay, so definitely, let's just start off with the obvious one, guys. This does not have to mean third party situation. It can, it doesn't have to be. But it is the card of pain, regardless, okay? So this could be heartbreak, divorce, loss. This could be depression. Some of you may be needing some sort of surgery, and that could definitely be inflecting the delay here within relationship. That's the Three of Swords as well. But regardless of what it is, there's pain here. So whether it's a third party, whether it's the mishandling of money, whether it's somebody changing their mind about being in the relationship, whatever it is, it's inciting some sort of pain. It's definitely inciting some sort of pain. Now, we have this working with the King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles is making very wise decisions, very practical decisions. This is the energy of somebody who really knows what's necessary. It's definitely for money, obviously, but if we look at it from the point of emotional, mental, and physical connection, somebody who is very wise in understanding the broad scope and the big picture of what's necessary to make a relationship work. And, working with this pain, and the pain card here, right, the Three of Swords, there's this ability to take that pain and then take it kind of like big picture. Do you know what I mean? And when we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, this is about giving up too soon. Kind of being lazy concerning the relationship. Feeling like, maybe they're being lazy, you're being lazy, where there's a sense of apathy about the relationship, like, all right, fine, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work, kind of thing, like, right, giving up a little too soon. This could also, though, bring upon the feeling of feeling like you're working really hard in a relationship, or you're doing everything that you can do from your perspective, and there being no real reward at the end of it. Like, what's the point at a certain point? Because I feel like with all of these wands, with the wands reverse, I feel like you're going to, this delay in being able to push anything into any solid motion. And it's like, what am I doing, kind of thing? Sort of feeling like that. What am I doing? Why am I bothering with this, right? And then we have the Hermit energy, which is about you going within for clarity, and it's a quest for that personal truth and spiritual illumination that you guys are so good at, right? Because you guys are the landlord of the 12th house of the subconscious. But this does indicate in relationship going it alone for a little bit. It doesn't mean forever, but it's at least going it alone. Now, some of you are going to be in a space where, and this is going to resonate with some of you, if you guys are in some sort of secret affair, the reason that you can't move forward is obviously because of the circumstances within your life. Now, I'm not condoning this. I'm just reading the energy here. And I also don't judge. I'm just reading the energy. So if you're in some sort of private relationship, secret relationship, let's say that's better. The Hermit energy can indicate you guys working privately on your relationship, sort of like incognito, right? Where nobody really knows what's going on, where you're trying to figure out this frustration, the delay, and you're trying to work through how can we move this forward in a better way, or in a way actually that's going to bring us into the future. But regardless of your situation, there's definitely this idea of frustration, of delay, of trying to see the big picture. King of Pentacles is really that. It's trying to be very wise in your choices. But for many of you, I do see you going it alone, because whatever path this is not your rightful path right now anyway. So let's see the final outcome energy. We have the Hangman, so we have some confusion, working with the Queen of Pentacles, working with the Five of Pentacles reverse, working with the Queen of Swords reverse. So, look, the Queen of Pentacles is all about being very resourceful and being very fertile, being very domestic, really being able to embrace, what it means both metaphorically and literally, a home, how it, what it is to be really tuned in, in every way into the relationship, so that you feel like you're in that metaphorical home space with the person. That really is the Queen of Pentacles when we're talking about relationships, but there's some confusion here. So Pisces, I feel like there's somebody who you connect with where you have this sense of home with, but you're confused, right? We have the Hangman energy. This is, Hangman is Neptune. Neptune is your ruler. This is pressing the pause button as the final outcome and not doing anything. And just trying to very much find some wisdom here out of the situation. Recognize that you might need to sacrifice something about what it is that you want. You need to get a different perspective on something. Now, that different perspective might be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. This is not resonating with me. Others of you, you're going to be in a space of realizing, wow, maybe I haven't been handling this the best way, and I need to think a little more open-minded, right, to be fair. Because the fairness needs to go both ways. It's not, again, not a one-way street. But you just want to be careful you don't hang out in this energy, hang out in the Hangman position, because this could end up leading to analysis paralysis, And then we have these two reversals. So the Five of Pentacles in reverse, I like. It's way better than in the upright, because this indicates some sort of new hope coming back, some sort of recovering from a situation. So for those of you, maybe if you're disappointed in this situation, this does indicate you being able to move forward in a way. I feel like some of you are going to be dealing with a very cold energy. Now, Pisces, you might be this because it's Queen. The Queen is a court card. Court cards could always be you or another individual, or just a general energetic influence. But the Queen of Swords energy is a cold person, somebody with very rigid logic, somebody who can tend to be rather dishonest or maybe even unkind. So you can be these things, reflective of being hurt, kind of understandable, right? As you try to work through moving on, as you try to work through finding forgiveness and just really trying to figure things out for yourself, right? Having this new hope return and recovering from something that was actually very, very painful, because that's what the Five of Pentacles is in reverse. It's about recovery from, I feel like, some sort of situation that was dishonest or unkind or did not have your best intention at heart, right? So this idea of to be fair, feels like that might be a little bit of a mantra that you're saying to yourself, right? Towards the end of the month, where it's like, this isn't fair, and needing to really very much be fair, or at least recognizing whatever that means within that relationship. So let's see anything that Lenormand can offer, and then we'll pull some love oracles. Okay, we have the birch broom, which indicates an argument, Pisces. Now that could be a tongue lashing from you, from them, to each other. Okay, then we have the patient woman. Then we have the cage. Then we have the compass. We have the dice, need to take a chance. So you're meant to take a chance, to bring yourself some luck. Okay, hold on. Let's see though, what do you need to take a chance on? Okay. We have that represents positive messages coming in. It's also one of the social media cards. We have the well. We have the flowers. Again, appreciation, but you have to look at something more deeply. Somebody is showing you a lot of appreciation. If you meet somebody online, make sure that you're looking at it very deeply, or even any communication. This could be a text message, an email, a phone call coming in. Yeah, and a new cycle is incited. This is literally like a brand new cycle, right? Because the stalks they represent birth, right? Ending and beginning. It's kind of like that Pluto energy in astrology, or Scorpio energy in astrology as well, or the death card in tarot. So we have this argument coming in. So we have somebody who's sitting here rather. This is kind of interesting. If Pisces, if you're a female, this could be you. Pisces, if you're a male, this could be a female partner. If you are a Pisces female and you're with another female, this would be a partner. And if you are a Pisces male with another male in a same-sex relationship, this would be a partner. What's interesting to me is that this is somebody who's looking back at the past. Now, this is somebody who's looking back at the past of the birch broom, which represents arguments. So there's a looking back. There's a looking back to the past. There's a looking back to how things were handled in the past. There's a looking back to some sort of negativity. There's nothing positive about this. There's really, great if there was resolution, but looking back at the arguments, right? And not looking forward at this. The cage has the rose with the key. So it's all about keeping yourself open. Because if you close the cage and you lock it, you're going to end up with part of yourself in this gilded bird cage, not allowing yourself the openness and the feeling that you deserve, quite frankly, right? But what is that going to what is that going to require? That's going to require you taking a chance. Look at this. We have gambling and then the clover. We like these two together. We like the gambling dice and the clover together because that indicates that you taking a chance is going to go really, really well communicating with somebody. So if you're on the fence of should I call them? Yes. Should I reach out to that person online? Yes. Should I sit down and have that conversation with them that I'm thinking about I need to have? Yes. All right. But there is more to a situation, Pisces, than you're realizing. I'm not saying that anyone is being malicious. A lot of times people don't even realize that there's more to their own situation. So, for example, let's say you met somebody new. They might not be 100% over somebody from their past yet, and they might not even realize it. That's the funny thing. Tricky thing, not funny. It's not so ha-ha. It's kind of like, okay, it's just what we have to deal with sometimes. But there is something that needs to be addressed. Now, this is also about realizing within yourself that you've almost hit rock bottom in an area within relationship. You are just about there. And it's very important that you're just about there at the bottom because you need to be pulled up now. Now it's time for you to come back to life, right? In a certain area having to do with relationship. This is about you putting in the hard work and you really doing some really beautiful self-analyzing right now because whatever it is that you want and you see for yourself in your mind's eye can be yours. You just need to work at it to bring it to yourself. Because as soon as you do that and as soon as you get really honest about a situation, I do see this appreciation coming in that's inciting a new cycle. So this goes for whether you're single, meeting somebody new, or whether you are in a long-term relationship. You may be in a kind of an ebb and flow, like, there's an ebb and flow in every relationship. So maybe you've been in like a little kind of a challenging cycle right now. Having that conversation is going to be a good thing. Having and really exercising that really beautiful self-analysis that you guys are capable of. I mean, more than any other sign, because you guys do rule the subconscious, right? You guys are the mystics of the zodiac. So, I think that's entirely a healthy thing. Really good. All right, so let's just pull a couple of love oracles and see where we're at. Why don't we start with some Island Time Wellness first? Get some good messages here. Mirroring each other, self-image. Relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. Yeah, it's very much the well energy for sure. We have hammer. Sabotage and rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it, cycle. Okay. So that could even go if you're single. You want to make sure that it's like not same song, different tune kind of thing, where you're repeating the same kind of, repetitive judgment that you've exercised in the past when it comes to relationship, drawing the same types of energies to yourself, where you find yourself in those same sort of repetitive argue, break up kind of thing. Doesn't matter who it is. It's just, so these are just things you have to look at in yourself. Okay, acts, breakup, separation, stopping the pattern. Okay, so here we have the pattern, and we have stopping the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. The runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to ego. So I do get this idea of somebody running away. Pisces. Now this could relate to the cards, the first spread that I pulled, or this could be totally independent, by the way, just so you guys know how this works. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And that's a tough one to do, right? Especially when we want to sort of stay in the mental and not allow our heart to get in the way of making decisions. So, friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. Let's pull one more. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So we have this friendship away kind of thing. Interesting. So for those of you who are maybe out of a relationship that did not work out, where there was an unhealthy pattern and you're meeting somebody new, be friends first. Try to wait it out. That's hard for any water energy, right? That's hard for a lot of people, I think. Depends what other placements you have as well. But let's pull some of these. I love you, but I'm afraid to lose my freedom. I don't know how to balance this. I don't know how to talk to you, but I miss you. You are not good for me, yet I yearn for you constantly. I need to think about this. Okay, so I would say that those three go to someone who was certainly involved in some sort of relationship already with an individual. So let's see what we have here. We roll the moon. See, we got the moon. We have the 6th house. 6th house has to do with our mental, physical, emotional health, as well as our day-to-day work environment. Then we have Cancer, which is that metaphorical 4th house, and the literal 4th house of home, roots, grounded. So we have the emotions. Now the moon is our emotions, and the moon rules the 4th house of Cancer. The moon rules Cancer. So there's a lot of emotions here that have to do now. So with that 6th house energy, guys, you might be feeling kind of sad, kind of anxious, a little depressed about the situation. Your emotions may be affecting your health. And that could just, that could show up just as far as feeling a little sad, a little anxious, something like that. But it does seem like this is very a necessary step or stage in something bigger. I don't know why I'm feeling called to say that. No idea. And for those of you who's resonating with, you probably understand exactly why I'm saying that. It is this is like a necessary, I feel like there's going to be a necessary clearing out and a real need to look at. It's almost like the Wands reverse, which is about delay, is almost kismet. It's almost serendipitous because something needs to be looked at. And I feel like it's got to do with something about being fair before that next stage could be handled in a healthy way, before you can get into a relationship in the first place, or before you guys could fix the relationship that you're in, or, whatever it is, whatever your situation is. I do feel like that. All right, last card we're going to pull is an astro card. Let's just see what movement in the sky is helpful for Pisces to focus on right now, the end of October. In love. Oh, trying. Flow. Yeah, harmonizing. Beautiful. Yeah. And this is about enriching something and recognizing the benefits of some sort of connection, right? And allowing an ease, right? I like this with the friendship card. I like this with the weight. It's allowing the flow. Kind of allow wherever the frustrations are, allow wherever the delay, the holding back, let it flow. It's going to pass. And there's no sense in getting really, really frustrated with it, because it doesn't seem like that's going to be able to change anything. You know what I mean? So that is what I have for you, my Pisces friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.